there's, if there were people in between you and this special person that you wanted to, like you really thought something was going to come from it, there's unrest in your mind. There's unrest. There's something here that's not fully spoken between you and the one that you're detached from that you want. Okay, there's a single person that you want to talk with. There's portions of this story that are missing. You're looking at how things were explained, and you're seeing very clearly that something here is missing. Like, you're not telling me the full gig of what's going on. And I can't find stuff on you, and I can't look up the rest of it unless I come together with this person and talk. And either you don't know if you'd be welcome to interfere, or you don't know whether someone would be emotionally upset about this. It's eating away at someone's mind here. Now, you might be dealing with a Leo, but you very well could be dealing with a Gemini, maybe both of them. The Gemini here, you kind of put your foot down with, and it has to do with ostracizing someone, cutting someone out and pushing them away. It's sort of like, what are you not telling me about that person over there? What is it you're not explaining about that breakup? What is it that you're not sharing about a divorce, a separation? If someone has transitioned and they're far away, or they're on the other side of the veil, there's information here. If this is an ex of some kind, then you may be trying to cut this person out. But there's a paranoia and a fear. I also kind of see that if a Sagittarius has been involved, they fed into the paranoia. And they were using positive words like, to stay healthy, you need to stay away from that person. You may have also gone to the Sagittarius for advice, but they're not the ones to ask, because they don't know, number one. And number two, they're also looking at it incorrectly. Like, that's not the way that it's supposed to be done. You can try, but that's not the way that it's really supposed to be done. Someone doesn't know how to correct this situation here. They don't know how to re-enter. You may be waiting for the truth, and another person is sort of locked up. I think you want to ask why, like someone wants to come in and perhaps ask a favor from you to do work with you or to do work for you. Like, I'd like to come in and offer you something that would make you happy. Why don't you come together with me and we'll go do this thing? But I promise you, the other person doesn't, it's almost like they don't need you, and it's bothering you. Yeah, it's bothering someone that they don't need. I just heard real clear the approval of other people. They don't need the approval of other people. They don't need to be obsessed with a separated person, and it's bugging someone. Like, why can't I let this person emotionally go? Maybe you're not used to hanging on like that, Aries. Maybe you don't want to let this person go. There is a divine masculine attached to this divine masculine. I'm hearing they could eat up a lot of their time by kind of creating, because what I'm seeing here is kind of kicking someone in the knee so they stumble, you know, sitting someone down so they're not active. I do kind of catch, it would also sound like this. This person has enough support system around them that perhaps they don't need your help in a way. But like what's inside of your heart, you don't want to let it go. And there's this offer of love. Yeah. The challenge is something toxic or negative, like bad karma here, waiting on another person to finish an ending so that maybe perhaps you could reach out to this person, see how they're doing, see how things are going, but they're not really looking at you. If you're wanting something for fun, if you're wanting something for play, this other person is independently working without your help. Yeah. But you're waiting, like hurry up and finish what you're doing so that we can come together. You haven't talked with this person in a while. They haven't talked with you in a while. I swear to God, they wanted to come together with you to speak about the challenge, the surprise challenge here of what went wrong. If there was, oh man, someone needs to own up. Oh, it's so uncomfortable. I'm so uncomfortable. I got chewing on my nail. I'm so uncomfortable with this. Kind of like they're over there and they look glorious. And they've been on my mind and want to make sure they're okay. And, you know, here they're standing so strong. And I'm disturbed at whatever argument or discussion that went on silently behind this person's back, because it could be gossip or slander that sort of destroyed. Maybe you guys met up all the time. Maybe this was like one of those group things. I'm kind of seeing like the astrology group here. Very disturbed in someone's emotional energy, where someone was trying to show or prove how disloyal another person was, but there's gossip around it, like a group discussion of throwing somebody down behind their back, right? And the awkward, uncomfortable part of it is the fact that someone has to own up to what really happened here. If this person is coming into an awareness that a lot of time has passed with a lot of water under the bridge, they're looking at this disloyal thing where I just heard someone could have gotten another person out of a mix of some kind. And then silence. Just silence. If there was like coming down hard on another person and being directive, and that sort of energy didn't get the result that they wanted here. They didn't want to be a part of whatever this tragic gossip, slander thing, whatever this thing is, because it would be like showing up and seeing someone that you've been talking badly about behind their back, and you're looking at them, but you're still showing up, you know, and you're still showing up. And this person wants to own up to it's a fess up. They want to fess up. They want to fess up because they're trying to explain that I'm not really that way, you know, I'm not really that way. If money or a house or something was involved, this person did not join in and cooperate. You know, it's sort of like saying, I stood still while tragedy occurred. You know, I stood still while toxicity was happening, and now it's cost me a marriage, it's cost me a union, you know. If you reach out to this person, they're going to tell you the truth. I'm much happier by myself. If you ask this person, were you thinking of me or something like that, they're going to tell you the truth. You know, no, I don't want to. Maybe this was something in self-love or self-protection here. And I do sort of get that a person is sort of like a guardian over a family space, or they're looking at becoming a guardian over a group or a family space. The truth of why this person stops an effort towards that has more to do here with a different kind of offer that comes in right there with the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, and the Queen of Swords in the upright. This has to do with independent choice, independent action, not being confused. And I do kind of catch here that it's the truth of this person saying, look, I am concerned, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with the future forward happiness of my family, my group, you know, but I'm not going to stay here in a position of holding still. My life will still go on with or without this. And I'm grateful, I can see this, I'm grateful that the energy that I have to give it's sort of like I turn to the rest of my life. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wanting to make an offer to a person who already has stability. And the Queen of Swords standing there saying, you know, this marshy over it's standing still when life is moving. And there's this conversation about the foolishness of standing still and letting life kind of get mushy. We have to either talk about this, we have to open it up. I have the 2 of Cups here with the 6 of Cups in the upright, and someone who is in an emotional space where perhaps they're grieving over someone lost. They want to come in and love this 6 of Cups person. It would be like walking in and saying, you know, I know we lost someone, but I want to love on you. Maybe someone is loving on you because of a loss. Maybe they're trying to bring you happiness. Maybe they're trying to end something so you guys can work together. But there is a confused space of something not moving forward. But it does, it's sort of like this has to happen first. And then I will step forward there. But this part has to happen first. And look, I pulled the Hermit card in the upright. It's looking at the truth of something. It's looking at someone and seeing here, oh, their motivation, the gifts that they bring to the table, the inspiration that they hand to everyone. The discontent part of it, this Aries space is saying, I need to stop being needy, greedy, always thinking of the losses here. And I have a Libra person kind of coming in. It's sort of like saying, I want to make sure that all of the heaviness, I'll carry it. I'll carry it so justice can be done, because whatever went on here was not right. A message of how you're going to do this. Oh, wow. This could also be sort of saying, you know, let's say that there's a child or something between you and this other person. You may be standing there saying, hey, look, you don't understand how much this person makes me upset and angry. You don't understand how the breakup has affected me. And you may have an answer here. I need you to look at and see what this other person needs and do something about it. Don't just stand there and be in a malaise and just sit down. This person is saying, if you need to move, it's sort of like move what you need to move, change what you need to change, go towards the blast. Don't just sit in this space. Have a conversation, maybe with a Capricorn. Move this thing forward. Get in the vehicle and drive this person around and have this talk. Because this, it's sort of like trying to get someone to do right, to ethically do right. If someone has been defending you and standing up for you, it has to do with removing the painful thing, getting things straight, getting things organized, so that, you know, making the tragedy stop. You know, if there was like a lost, broken up person here between you and someone else, the cards would explain that maybe the Cancer or the Sagittarius may be brushing it off and trying to make it seem like it's not a big deal. Well, we're going to go and do the thing. And don't forget that you need to go and do the thing too. And they're sort of saying, just let it go, brush it off, water under the bridge. If they don't want you, then so be it. But emotionally, I kind of get someone here saying, no, it's bigger than that. What happened here was bigger than that. You cannot allow other people to diminish what happened here, because it was wrong. It was wrong. Someone just wants to talk about moving forward and pretending like nothing happened. No, what happened here was wrong. And I have sort of someone saying, I've done everything I know to do, and this isn't changing. Sort of like, if this is the state that it's been, change the state that it is. Do something about it. Don't just let it sit still. Don't just pretend like it didn't exist. You know, move your hand and make something happen, because this is no small thing. Yeah, it's I have a Pisces here as well. And maybe you're grieving what a Pisces has done. The suggestion that's made here, like if you need to take a trip, take the trip. And the other person is sort of saying, I don't think that they would receive me well. And that Aries energy is saying, look, somebody is saying this. You need to go over there and at least try, or you need to at least extend your hand in some way and give it a shot. Even if they turn you down, you'd at least know black and white what's really happening here. But whatever situation was left, it's not cool the way it was left. And I swear to God, someone is making it a point to say no. You and I deserve better than this. We deserve a better group. We deserve a better life. We deserve a better family. And if someone is not going to be faithful and just turn their back and pretend like a bad call was made, an addictive behavior is attached to this. Someone trying to find you on social media, a fated meeting that didn't happen, heartbreak in the reverse, signs and synchronicities here, a toxic relationship in the reverse, and divine intervention in the reverse. Like this person missed all the cues. And now there's anxiety. This person missed all the cues, all of them. You know, if the situation, well, of course, okay, let's say that there's a negative situation that a person is not resolving, then it leaves that tension in the room and it just leaves it there kind of hanging. And this person is saying, I can't stand this. I can't stand this. I need to say something. I need to do something. I can't just sit here. And someone with the smarts is coming in sort of saying, if nothing changes, nothing changes. You don't like being anxious all the time? You don't like being tense all the time? Then you need to pick up the phone and call this person. You need to get in the vehicle and go have a talk with them. You know, or you're going to just stay in this state of anxiety all the time. Okay, 2 cards came out. Indecision is in the reverse. Love sucks is in the reverse. And anxiety. Again, too many expectations. Not compatible. And this everyone leaves is in the reverse. One person trying to come out of a space of pain, and maybe they've already processed it or they've sat with it long enough. This other person is sort of saying, is this person mine or not? Is this the right person or not? Are they my twin flame or not? Right? Trying not to fix them. Somebody needs to quit trying to fix the other person and getting crumbs. Because, yeah, the social media isn't giving this person anything. Being cold is in the reverse. So there is warmth here between you and this other one. So, yeah, the confusion still stands. Are they coming or are they going? Is this person mine? Are they going to answer or not? And then just waiting on the other side. So there's anxiety, but the anxiety is coming from expectations. It says burning evidence is in the reverse. Someone's not able to find anything wrong. Expecting and new beginnings is in the reverse. And then fighting for what you love, claiming what's yours, love is a battlefield is in the reverse. Like, okay, let's say that somebody leaves the toxic personality, right? And you thought they were going to call. Then they don't call. And then they don't call. And then they don't call. And then they don't call. You see what I mean? There's tension. Are they going to call? Right? Tired of the drama is in the reverse. Doing drugs is in the reverse. Copycat and then getting played. Right here. I don't know. There's like a rejection on the front end, Aries. There's like a rejection on the front end. You're over here thinking, you know, is this person mine or not? And the other person is looking at the situation and sort of saying, you know, I'm not going to go back over there and get played. I'm not going to go back over there and, you know, it's sort of like the level of care. This person really cared, they would have done X, Y, Z. If this person really loved me, they would have done X, Y, Z. And I think one of these parties has already kind of wiped their hands with the whole thing. Their limit has been reached by whatever has gone on. They don't want to go back over there. They're scared they're going to get burned. They don't want to also give some sort of impression because they've already made up their mind. And here I have this other person looking at it and sort of saying, you know, I told you that if you left this other person, we'd talk. and we'd share. Nah, dude, that person's already gone. It's sort of like that limit right there. You set that expectation for me. F you. F you. I'm out. Like, this, because they have their own boundary line. You're just going to abandon me. You're going to leave me. You're going to, I can tell by the way you treat me that you're trying to be more of a boss than you are my friend or my lover. And I'm not going to be dominated like that, period. Let me do these cards, Aries, and then we'll call your reading done. So show us with these cards, please, what Aries is sort of going through. Nope. It says, I feel unworthy of having love in my life. I feel miserable and lost. I think that's the bossy person. It says, I don't want to be contacted right now. I wish to be left alone. My mask keeps me safe. I need to fake my feelings. That's the person who set the original law. That's the person sort of saying, I know that I set that law for both of us because it's the right thing. And the other person's like, I see how that is. Sure, you're going to leave me in this? F you. You're not a real friend, right? Somebody is saying, I know what I am doing. I play dumb to keep you confused. I am going through a roller coaster of emotions, but I won't admit it. I cannot listen to your voice. It affects my soul. I have lost all control of my life. I keep messing up. I cannot be vulnerable with you. I'd rather hide in the darkness before I let you see inside of me. This says, it's difficult for me to process my emotions. I am not available right now. And this other person saying, I have karmic debts that need to be paid before I can come back to you. I don't think this person's coming back to the other person. If I'm honest, I don't understand what you see in me. I don't feel attractive. I think someone threw down on the front end, Aries, and the other person is finally seeing, you know what? Not only do I not need you, but I don't want you because you're too dominant. You're too controlling. And I don't want that influence in my life, period. So whoever the cross, listener is, if you're waiting on an Aries and wondering if they're sitting and, they're not. Simple. And if Aries, if you're the one not doing that, good on you. Because this controlling another person with expectations thing, I don't think Aries on this side of it is like, I don't want to put that in my world. You showed me who you were when you laid all them expectations down. Like, if you reach this level up here, then we can be together. And that's not human. That's not meeting someone where they're at. That's quite rude. I'm just saying it's quite rude. That's quite rude. All right, I'm going to shut up, Aries. This has been fun. I love you guys so much, and I'll see y'all later, okay? Bye.